Guys, stand up. Give them a round of applause. Dan and Kathy Starver. All right. I'm proud of you guys. I'm proud of you guys. I wish Vemma was around when my parents went through bankruptcy, and you know, I've been working since I was 14 years old. I didn't go to college. I barely got through high school, and I just been working. That's what I know how to do. But you know what? This opportunity allows families like the Starvers, no matter what mountain you're facing, people come up to me and they say, I'm going through this and I'm going through that. And I said, you know what? That is great, because you are crafting a story that you'll be able to have so many people relate to you. And that's what we do in this business, is we just tell stories. And this next couple, star ambassadors from Virginia Beach, he qualified for something that's a little known. You know, you got to read like the whole compensation plan. You got to get into the fine print to find the bonus that Dennis qualified for. He calls it the blonde bonus, but I call her Sue. Dennis and Sue Ligon.
All right, thank you, BK. Welcome, everybody, tonight. I'm going to be real quick so I can hand it over to my better half, Dennis. But I'm talking tonight, my comment is for the 10,000 here tonight in this room and in the ballroom, and especially those that are newbies. Because it was 5 years ago that I hopped on a plane and flew out to Las Vegas by myself, and it changed my life. So to each of you that are especially sitting in the back of the room where I was 5 years ago, I made a commitment to myself. And I said, I will be successful in this business. I will not quit, and I am all in. And that, for me, changed my life. So for each of you, commitment. You're going to hear incredible training from incredible leaders this weekend. But just know that each of you have already made that very first important step in your business by being here and making that commitment to be all in.
Thank you. You know, every year I've gotten up here, since it was about 2,500 people here, I'm always just a bundle of nerves. And most of you who know me know that's true. And fun, we got 10,000 people this year, and we get to follow E.T. and Jed. Awesome. You know, it's like having Jay-Z, and Drake, and here comes the Jonas Brothers. It's nerve-wracking, to say the least. And, you know, Sue is beautiful, my beautiful blonde bonus and those shoes, and all I have is my big head to go for me, and I really don't think I have that big a head. That was an old joke, but I've had a lot of you come up to me and very kindly say, hey, your head's not that big. But say that, you can't back away like it's going to fall off on you or something. It's hooked on. But real quickly, 5 years ago, just like Sue, I saw this opportunity and invested $500. And it wasn't really that big of an investment, so I said, not that big of a risk. But what I realized was, 5 years later, it was a huge risk. Because it was that huge risk that I could have said no. And if I'd have said no, right now, I'd be missing over $1 million. Last Friday afternoon, Sue and I were looking at our home statement and realized on our home, we have a beautiful home, but the payoff was $606,000. Because of this company and because of this drink, we wrote a check for $606,000 and paid off our house. And we owe a lot of thanks, obviously, to BK Barreco, Ruth Elliott, and some of our leaders for that happening. But what I want to tell you folks tonight is, think about this. We talk about this affiliate model. And this is the one thing I want to leave you with. Amazon.com, we're pretty much familiar with them. $70 billion company. And they sell stuff that you can get anywhere. You don't have to buy your books from Amazon.com. You don't have to buy your TVs or anything else from Amazon.com. But people choose to. Imagine how big they would be if the only place you could get a book, the only place you could get a TV was through Amazon.com. What would it look like? It would look like Vemma, because that's what we have. We have proprietary products that you can't get anywhere else but through us. And I want to leave you with this. You don't have to be very smart to be successful in this business. I heard Alex say it many times, and I thought about my own life. my freshman year at Gardner-Webb College, my first test in Latin, I made a 7. Not a 70, a 7. And you pretty much think you're an idiot then, but when you go to the professor and say, are you grading on a curve? And he looks at you and says, well, you might swing a 9. You realize you got one choice. Either get up making an 89 in geology, of course, because I dropped that Latin. So you don't have to be that smart. And the second thing, you don't have to be the most talented person in the room, because at the age of 27, I applied for a job, true story, as an assistant manager at 7-Eleven. Now, I wasn't even trying to be a manager and get to drive the Ford Fiesta with the 7-Eleven sign on the side of it. I was just trying to be an assistant manager. And I got turned down because they said you don't have any management skills. Now, to be an assistant at 11 is pretty much managing 3 teenagers and trying to keep them from stealing the rolling papers, right? I mean, that's pretty much the job. And I wasn't qualified to do that. So all I can say is, as we wind down, is every day, because of this business, I did get the greatest bonus of all, the blonde bonus, and every day I get to kiss this young lady each night. And as Ruth Elliott taught me many years ago, the fortune is in the follow-up. In about 3 hours, we're going to do a little follow-up and get the real benefits of this relationship.
Oh, my gosh.
Our time is up, and let me just end with this. 21 years ago was one of the happiest days of my life as God blessed me with my first child, my son, Josh Ligon, who turned 21 today. Josh had ACL surgery weeks ago. He was here last year. He's not with us tonight. He's a diamond leader in this business, and I love him, and I want him to know that, and I expect him to be here next year. And all you 10,000 folks here, I want you, as you leave this place, as Seth Godin says, you can either be invisible or you can be remarkable. Let's go put our dent on the universe. Let's go to 1 billion. God bless you, and God bless Vemma.
Yeah.
Nice job, guys. Give it up for Dennis and Sue Ligon. You know, Dennis brought up a good point with Amazon.com. Imagine what Amazon would do if they had Vemma's compensation plan. I'm telling you.